Hello and welcome to the very last episode of Trendz Travel for the year 2019. The next time you see us, we will be officially in 2020. Now, to celebrate the year that was, we'll be going back in time with some of our most favorite inserts, and mine, of course, was the water park. Let's have a look. Today we're at one of my most favorite places to be at in the entire world, a water park. But not just any water park, we're at Happy Island Water Park. Now this one has been making the rounds on social media because of the extravagant rides, and today I'm going to go and try them out. Let's go and have a look. We start our day off at the beach, fully equipped with beach sand, beach volleyball net and beach umbrellas. One could almost forget you're still in Joburg. It is on this beach that you will find the compulsory life jackets for your little one. Although the waters are quite shallow and kiddie friendly, this particular body of water is what makes up the largest wave pool in Africa. While there are no waves at present, parents and kids frolic in the cool waters. Then, almost as if without warning, the pool is suddenly filled with people as the hydraulic mechanism generates ocean-like waves. These waves run hourly, and when they are done, it's time to go and explore the rest of the water park. My first stop is the cooling massage pool. Although the water is not heated, the bubbles from the massage chairs are refreshing and even relaxing. I could literally chill here all day. But the park awaits. Making full use of my time at Happy Island, I dip myself into every available body of water, mentally prepping for the rides, and this is what the first ride looked like. The gravity loop sucks you down a near vertical slide into an inclined loop at speeds of up to 60 kilometers an hour, 4 seconds of sheer terror. As people went one after the other, after the other, after the other, I couldn't muster the courage to stand in that booth. There was a moment I actually almost bit the bullet and stepped in. After much coaxing, I decided to do it. The longest 4 seconds of my life came to an end as I emerged victorious on the other side. But my day's adventures were far from over, as I still had 2 more high-speed slides to go. So it was back up those stairs. Coming in at a cool 40 kilometers per hour per ride, one with a vertical drop, these rides are definitely not for the faint of heart.
How was that?
Oh, that's so cool. Look at the sky, you don't see anything down the bottom, so yeah, look at the bottom of that.
Having survived those, I was confident enough to take on the rest of the water park. Happy Island has something for everyone. From the fun kiddies tube slides in 2 variations, to the very wet splash park for the tiny humans. For older kids, there's the rainbow slide. This slide goes down head first on a speed mat. Definitely not for the faint of heart. But if that is not your speed, try the lazy river with single or double tubes that gently and slowly meanders right through the water park. The Master Blaster Super Tubes are definitely where it's at, with the closed dark tube, the single and the tandem tube for the not so brave. But it is this huge orange and yellow ride that has tongues wagging. This is the Typhoon. 4 individuals are placed on a giant tube. Those individuals are then moved around to make sure that weight is balanced. Once securely seated, Feet are interlocked. And arms are set holding onto adjacent bars. This is all for safety. Then it is time to go. Your tube is sucked whirling and twirling down a giant tube, then into a giant typhoon funnel, swirling, twirling and whirling before it goes through another tunnel and into the water below. To understand the magnitude of this typhoon, just look at how tiny the raft suddenly looks. Our last ride for the day consists of yet another 4-person tube. We lock our arms and get ready. A few more safety checks and we're off down a dark tunnel, only to emerge into another swirly Super Bowl. Round and round and round and round we go in an almost drain-like whirlpool until we are finally sucked into the final tube before we are spat out into the open waters. Now, one of the adventures we took you on this year is a little known gem in Hartbeespoort. This little property will turn your world right upside down. Yes, you've guessed it, we're talking about the Upside Down House.
The obscurity of this house is what will make you do a double take of the self-explanatory building structure. If it looks like I'm upside down, it's because I actually am upside down. Or the house behind me is upside down. I'm not sure, but let me get my cameraman to actually help me find out who's upside down between me and the house. Yes, it's mind games right here at the Upside Down House in Hartbeespoort. I'm not upside down, but that is the Upside Down House. Come, let's get upside down. The Upside Down House in Harties is the holiday destination where you will find this unique house. The floor is the ceiling, and the ceiling is the floor. Wow! Imagine, guys, if you had cereal upside down. After spending just few minutes in this house, you will start to feel a little bit dizzy. But don't worry, if you can reach, the furniture might be able to help you balance a little. Okay, I'm a little bit dizzy. I may need to sit down, upside down. With just 7 months in existence, this 2-bedroom house is an absolute hit. What would you do if you woke up and your house was like this and your kettle was like that? I'll go crazy. Yeah. Wouldn't you turn it around? Will I able to? I won't able to. Yeah. Do you want to grab a beer?
No.
Before our conversation?
I have my dinner, but it keeps on falling down. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
This is so cool.
You will come and join me so we can have an upside down meal?
For dinner, yeah. Have you been here before?
No, it's my first time. Yeah, and quite strange, but enjoying it.
Yeah.
It's something very unusual. We haven't seen something like this in South Africa before. Yeah.
Yes, Christmas is over and we are winding down the festive cheer, but there's still one more celebration to come, and that is New Year's. And we'd love to know what you'll be doing for that, so why don't you let us know on Trendz on SABC using the hashtag SABC News. You'll find us on Twitter or on Instagram.
You've got people salivating in my ear between my director and everybody else at the back.
This is Morning Live.
This is definitely going to be a special project.
So I wanted to create an awareness in Igama about the experiences that black women face on a daily basis that they either can't speak about or they tuck away in their memory.
The more and more women are wanting fit bodies for life, no matter their shape or size, we've been able to tap into that amazing energy.
From relaxing boat cruises to one of the highest points and adventures you will find right here in South Africa at the Eland Game Reserve, this is the Oribi Gorge Swing.
Looking for an affordable and diverse holiday break? Well, KwaZulu-Natal's South Coast could be just what you need for a perfect adventurous outdoor experience. It also doubles up as a perfect ocean holiday destination. Famous for its hidden adventure, this small town in Potchefstroom along the coast offers amazing activities such as zip lining, bridge walking, deep sea fishing, and the Gorge Swing. Our first stop was the Lake Eland Game Reserve, famous for its zip line experience and extreme for adrenaline junkies who have the choice of picking up from this 14 zip line on site. The reserve is also home to one of Africa's longest zip line, with this one dropping about 4.5 kilometers to the ground. The jump starts at the top of the Oribi Gorge, and for me it was a nerve-wracking experience. The Gorge Swing was our next adventure. If you're a true adrenaline junkie, then the world's highest swing will tick all your adventure boxes. Surrounded by incredible views, we spoke to the manager of the Oribi Gorge World's Highest Swing, Lawrence Kobela, who has had a go on the swing for more than 10 times.
We start in the morning here. When we get here, we have to do a setup. Now the setup guy goes out on the slide with his maintenance chair. He checks the seat clamps, he checks all the fittings for the swing, make sure everything's in order. Now the guy that does the checking must do the jumping as well. He comes and do a test jump before we open the swing for the public. So after he's done his test jump, we are ready for action. There's a jump master that meets them down there. He's very encouraging. He introduces himself obviously because you want to talk to somebody that you know. He takes them over there. Now that green rope down there is called the green mamba. I say it's the only snake that can ever save your life. You see, that one gets attached to your harness because this is not a bungee, it's a swing. Jump master counts down, he says 3, 2, 1, jump, and he points you in the right direction, you jump, and then you do your 75-meter free fall, 25-meter swing, and then you hang 60 meters from the ground, and we winch you back up, back to where you started. You get a certificate for the world's highest gorge swing, as well as a video clip where we record you where you jump off and where you come back up. We call it bragging rights for life.
After 30 minutes of hesitating, I realized this wasn't for me, but it didn't stop others from jumping. You're shaking, you can't even stand.
I am shaking, I can't even stand. Oh my God, it was the most exhilarating thing ever. I had my eyes closed the entire time, but there was a point where I opened them and oh my God, like literally, God, look at God. It is beautiful, it is amazing. It is something you have to take off your bucket list. Thank you very much to Mtokozizi, who was very patient with me because third time was a charm. Because I initially didn't want to go, and then I didn't want to go, and eventually I was like, I'm letting go.
You know what? Today, you are my hero because I couldn't catch it out.
I did it for the both of us. Yay.
The next morning continued with more adventure, but this time it was out at sea for the ocean safari. Once everyone was on board and the life jackets were strapped, the powerful 4x4 tractor pushed the fishing boat to water's edge. After 30 minutes in the deep blue sea, we started spotting whales and dolphins.
Ocean safaris is mostly just to go and look at the humpback whales that migrate past here this time of the year. They come with the annual sardine run, which I'm afraid to say hasn't happened yet, but we're in anticipation. A little bit quiet today because the Agulhas current has just stopped and the water's got cold and dirty, so there's really nothing much happening. We always combined it with a fishing trip. We trawl artificial lures for game fish. This time of year there's a lot of yellowfin tuna in this area.
If you fancy a more inland experience and enjoy the ocean views, head out to the south coast.
Trendz Travel will be back with more of your favorites from 2019 right after this very short break, so don't go anywhere.
Alicia, how old are you?
I'm 10.
You are 10 and you are an author.
Yes. Well, my mom was the one who inspired me to write this book. Nothing is impossible.
Got him onto a 150, started racing, and within 8 months he was bringing home trophies.
Wow, that's incredible. You young man are going places.
It's one of the most cultivated regions in terms of content, and
they need to step up and take responsibility.
He believes that these banks were actually enablers of state capture.
I met senior directors of HSBC and Standard Chartered. I found a great reluctance from both of them.
Reverend Frank Chikane was very actively involved in calling out state capture.
The Guptas would tell you, if you don't do what we want by Wednesday, you won't be a director general.
The murder case has implicated some senior public servants. Tell us more.
Indeed, this case has gained more traction as we see after an auditor has testified on the financial flows between Siemens and Bagili.
Department of Community Safety, Security and Liaison and the Department of Health had promised that it will strengthen security in all hospitals in the province. That has not yielded any positive results.
My Trendz Travel adventures for 2019 have taken me to a lot of special places, but my personal favorite was the Blyde River Canyon, and here's why. Most people experience the Blyde River Canyon from the views along the panorama route, high atop the cliffs of the canyon. But a boat cruise, however, offers a slightly different viewpoint and one that is equally as astonishing. It is here that we find ourselves heading to the fresh natural waters of the Blyde River Canyon, now known as Motlatsi Canyon, for a relaxing boat cruise. Once aboard our ferry, we begin our aquatic trek across this great and living expanse of water. The trip takes you on a fascinating journey to some of the most scenic points of the canyon, led by an experienced and informed guide.
Alright, so we're in the Blyde River Canyon, which is the canyon that we're in, and then it's probably in the top 5 of the largest canyons in the world. The largest canyon in the world is the Grand Canyon in America. Second largest is the Fish River Canyon in Namibia, and then we're probably in the top 5 of the largest canyons in the world. We're also what they call the largest green canyon in the world. What they mean by green canyon, if you look at the other canyons that are larger than us, there's not many trees coming into the canyon. It's very dry and desolate, where this has got the trees and the bush coming right down to the water's edge, which makes it a green canyon, and we're the largest.
As we delve deeper into this enclosed pocket, we come face to face with the skull in the wall. Its sheer size and eerie feel makes you feel as though you were on Kong's Skull Island.
Guys, so if you look ahead, you can see that rock face looks like a skull. That is a waterfall over there, and it's called the Crying Face of Nature, or Kadishi. So it's a special kind of waterfall called the Tufa waterfall. What this means is there's minerals that are getting deposited on the rocks from the water going over, so the rocks are actually growing out and not getting cut away by the water.
It is also in this corner that the hills and skies show off the life within them. There is an abundance of bird life found within the canyon, and a white tree that houses this feathered family. For such an out-of-the-way and seemingly forgotten place, it is abundant with wildlife. The waters are not safe for swimming, as they do belong to the silent, stealthy crocs who lay in the sun as a warning to any daring adventurer who would want to jump in. The canyon walls are also home to many monkey families: the Somango monkey, Chacma baboons, and vervet monkeys. Unlike their city-dwelling counterparts who have gained the reputation of being a nuisance, these guys have had no human interaction at all and have therefore not learned the antics of stealing fruit and intimidating tourists. Although the canyon is green most year-round, the water level varies. That line you see is nature's marker, depicting when the water is at its 100% level. Right now though, it's sitting at 80%. As we round the canyon, we meet a pod of hippos, doing what hippos do best, wading in the water. We dare not get too close, but the view is truly astounding. From anywhere in the canyon, you get the view of the pinnacle and the three rondavels, also called the Three Sisters. Their domed heads are iced in green and their sides are stained with fiery orange lichen. So guys, the water on the Blyde River Canyon does look dark, murky, green and somewhat foreboding, but I'm going to prove to you that it really isn't. Stand by. Well, I didn't get much, but as you can see, it is crystal clear. It is rumored that this is the cleanest and freshest drinking water one can find. But then there is also a warning for bilharzia as you enter the tourist area, so it's best not to tempt fate. Our almost 2-hour-long cruise comes to a slow and comfortable end as we moor our ferry and disembark. Thanks, Damien.
Pleasure.
From me, Eloise Scoble, and the Trendz Travel family, we'd like to wish you a very, very happy new year. This is the last time you'll be seeing us for 2019, but we look forward to seeing you again next year in 2020.